Hello, AOS fans. Robin here. Sans Pete, which must mean books, or does mean books today. And I have, it's another Word Wednesday post for you. Yes, that's right, it's Word Wednesday. And this week's word is brick. Specifically, these little bricks, Lego. The pride, joy, love of many a geek, including the geeks in this family. And I've got two books. I mean, there are thousands of books to do with Lego, and I've got two books to show you this week. I'm sure Lego brick will be another Word Wednesday word in weeks to come, but today I have two books for you. One very much aimed at younger, well not very much, but one aimed at younger readers, the Lego Everything You Needed to Know, or absolutely everything you need to know in there, and this one a little bit more grown up, particle physics, brick by brick. So we'll do that one second. So if you don't want to learn about this one, then zoom through the video to probably about 7 or 8 minutes and have a look at that one. But this one is Everything You Need to Know. Lego Absolutely Everything You Need to Know by my good friends DK. It's published $17.99, so I'm guessing around $25 US. Seems to be the standard DK pricing. So let's have a look under the covers now. I've picked out a few. I've actually used tabs for you, little Millennium Falcon tabs for you. There's quite a few pages there. I could have done 1,000, well not 1,000 pages, but I could have done every page. I could have done, choosing the highlights. I could have chosen entirely different pages, but these are the highlights that I picked out for you just to go through. As usual, DK, brilliant photos, lovely text, really well laid out. Who's the book aimed for? I would say anybody above the age of about 8 or 9 will probably find something of interest in this book, and it's definitely, if you're an older Lego fan like myself, you'll definitely find stuff to like in here. It's basically a history of Lego. So having a look inside the pages, I can see the chapters. So there's bricks and pieces, building worlds, cars, planes, ships and trains, minifigures, monsters and more, and beyond the brick. So they are the chapters. So having a quick look then, we start off at the very beginning, which I haven't bookmarked of course, is before the brick. So there's a little, the inception of Lego as a wooden toy maker. It talks about the sort of very, very first Lego products, the sort of wooden toys that they used to make. And then it moves on to sort of more general things, but this is the Lego colour chart, which I really love. So all the different types of colour of Lego: light nougat, dark azure, bright green, warm gold, and then the path to power, some sort of Technic stuff. Nipping through up here, we'll nip straight to chapter 2, building worlds. Building worlds. So this is, then it goes through the history of all their kind of different arenas, if you like. So there's the Duplo arena. The Lego City, so the history of the Lego City, and Call the Cops. So this is one we have lots and lots of policemen in our house. Oh, not policemen, but Lego policemen in our house. And so this is a little history of the Lego police car. So there's a top five catching police vehicles. Brick history: the first Lego products to feature police elements for the town plan sets way back in 1955, which came with static traffic police. I did not know that. And this book is full of facts of things you didn't know about Lego. All sorts of interesting things. Look closer. In the police headquarters, a bored crook has scrawled graffiti on the prison cell walls. So every page is full of information. There's a timeline of the police minifigures. Look closer. The traffic cop in the Lego minifigures line can be issuing a parking ticket. The signature is that of a real-life Lego designer. There's little touches that you would never know unless somebody told you. Most of these pages have a fact stack of Lego bricks stacked up there. There are more than 150 Lego town and police sets. The first police set was the police heliport in 1972. The biggest police set is the 2008 police headquarters. And to date there have been 19 different police station sets. I think we probably own all of them. Moving on, so we go through to castles. I always wanted a Lego castle when I was a child, or at least that's my recollection. The first child set was in 1978. First castle set has got this sort of history and evolution of the castle sets. I love that page. Being a bit of a medieval fantasy geek. Moving forward, we've got the Lego modular stuff that these are the sets I'd love to buy but have no space or money for. And again, a look closer, an out-of-order laundrette washing machine is actually a back way into the bank vault for a spot of literal money laundering in 2016 brick bank set. I didn't know that. That's amazing. And then they've got how the things stack up. Modular buildings of stories separate easily for detailed interiors, like the detective's office. Each modular building can be quickly built onto any other using Technic pins. So it's like a massive, massive advert, this book, for Lego and how amazing it is. And which we probably already knew. If you've listened this far to this, you probably already knew how amazing it is. There's the Minecraft Lego, which was huge in our house for a period of time. It's waning a little bit now. Moving on, we've got cars, planes, ships and trains. I love this section. So there's the history of the streetcars from 1978 right the way up. So these are the kind of things I had when I was a kid. I remember playing with those sort of things with those chunky wheels in school. They go right up to 2017 with the stunt truck via a bus and a caravan trailer and a stretch limousine and the rubbish truck. I think we've got a rubbish truck somewhere. Get built for speed, so all the racing car-y type things they've got, off-road and then jumping forward, heroic rides and villainous vehicles. So you've got Wonder Woman's invisible jet there, and all the little micro car things that they did recently, and the Joker in one of his sets, and then one of my favourite pages, the Batmobile. I really, really love all of the Lego Batmobiles. Got a couple of them. I haven't got this one. I really want the 66 Batmobile, but they don't do it separately. I refuse to buy the whole lot. I have nowhere to put it. Neither do I have the money. So that is that. So the Bat vehicles are, I love that page. Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, do have those. Trains. Never quite got into Lego trains. We had lots of wooden trains. Never quite got into the Lego trains. If you're a Lego train buff, there's a big page on Lego trains. Jumping forward to the moon and back. Love spacey type Lego. So I got into Lego back in the day. We'll get onto that in a second. Right up to the Saturn V rocket there, which you can see. So really great stuff in here. Here's the space sets, LL928. I had that one. I had the Space Dart. I had the little space scooter in the 70s. I had those, the Evolution of Space Lego. Parking spaces. Giant X-Wing. There is quite a bit of Lego Star Wars stuff in here. And then minifigures, monsters and more. Love the minifigures. I mean, who doesn't love Lego minifigures, to be honest? This is like a history of the Lego minifigure, starting right at the beginning. So, early minifigures, tools still using today. Axe, sword, shovel, radio and spanner, all still in use, as you probably knew. The fact stack for the Lego minifigures, out of the Lego colours available in 1978, yellow was chosen for the minifigures as it was considered to be the best choice to represent all skin tones. Fundamental minifigure form has not changed since 1978. It was protected by a patent in 1977, and it's been a trademark since 2000. And a team of Lego designers led by Jens Nygaard Knudsen made 50 different minifigure prototypes from plastic and tin before arriving at the final design. So again, it kind of, the whole book explores the level of attention to detail and design of the design elements that the team put in Lego from the very beginning years ago, and even now. And there's a whole the making of a minifigure, the design process, making a start, figuring it out, picturing the pieces, minifigure or not. Many Lego themes feature minifigure characters, but not every character in those themes is a minifigure. It talks about creature figures, minifigures, and then the difference between the two. Picturing the pieces, minifigure modelling, uploading from the clay sculpt up into a computer element, and then the big picture, making prototype pieces, secret standards. Every step of the way, the team must make sure their creation conforms to a secret Lego minifigure design guidelines that ensure quality and consistency across the whole Lego range. Safety assured, expert opinions, and then into production. So, whole making of the minifigure there page, great. And then this, possibly my favourite page in the whole book. Yes, it's the Lego Spaceman. Who doesn't love the Lego Spaceman? I love the Lego Spaceman, even before he was in the Lego movie. I was quite pleased to see him in there. He's just great. I have a really fond memories of the Lego Space set. My dad bought it. It came out in 1978. I think my dad bought it for me for my I think it was my 6th birthday. And I hadn't seen it before. It was just like, there's amazing childhood surprise that there was Lego, Space Lego, and I've still got some upstairs somewhere. So I really love those. So 9,610,000,000 approximate distance from the Earth to the Moon, measured in minifigures. I like that one. Fact Stack, 1978, the Lego Space minifigure either wore red or white outfits. Yellow spacesuits appeared in 79 and black and blue in 84. Black spacesuits are the rarest, appearing in fewer than 10 sets. So it's full of exciting information. Like I say, all the way through. We've got minifigures through the ages. So we've got cavemen, Aztecs, heroic knights, Hun warriors, revolutionary soldiers, and then right up to detectives and stars in modern day, and then wildlife photographers and scientists for the more modern sets. Jump forward a little way so you don't get too bored. Lego Ninjago minifigures, so all the heroes, my sons. We've done a Lego Ninjago DK mashup tie-up here, so if Pete put a link up there for me, that'd be great. So there we go, so that's that. And then there's the villainous Ninjagons. Some ghosts there. Small but mighty again. Robin minifigures. I do like the Robin minifigures, can't think why. I'm Robin. No, I'm Robin. So that's Tim Drake, Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne there. I do like that. Towards the end of the book now, we've got where it all began, so going back to the history of the Lego plant. He came up with the name, Ole Kirk Christensen came up with the Lego name by combining the Danish words, which I did know, I think, Lego, leg got, meaning play well. And that is how a global phenomenon was born. So that's that there. Brick beginnings, sort of brick inside the brick factory. Jumping forward. Everything is awesome, so there's a section devoted to their film and TV, Batman, film and TV tie-ins, Ninja movie. This book goes right up to date. There's all the most recent sets, the most recent stores, and the most recent movies are all mentioned in this book. It really is from the beginning of Lego right up to date. Some small screen adventures there, all the computer games and stuff. So that book, if you've got a Lego fan in your house, is great. Absolutely everything you need to know about Lego. Stacks of Lego facts, which is true. Something interesting on every page. Something to ooh and ah over on every page of that book. Love that book. Christmas is still coming, so there is time to get that if you want to. It's a great book. Enjoy it. Now we have to slow down things down now for an Open University course in particle physics. Particle physics, brick by brick. This is a significantly more challenging read than this book. But it's also pretty great, even if you have an even passing interest in particle physics. I have to say, I'm not in any way an expert. I'm a chemist by trade, I've mentioned before. So my knowledge kind of stops at protons, neutrons, and electrons. I know a little bit more. I know a little bit about quarks and such like, but not very much. And what I did know, I've forgotten because it was quite a long time ago that I learnt it. But this book takes you through from the Big Bang and the composition of matter, the creation of matter, and fundamental particles. It takes you through all the modern thing, right up to the most modern thinking on the subject. It starts off with a little description of your Lego blocks. I should say this book is completely not officially Lego at all. So although it says Lego on the back, construct every element in the universe using a box of Lego and this book. Lego haven't endorsed it or whatever, so some of the pictures in here are not actually Lego bricks. They're Lego-like bricks. Not that it really matters. So there we go. So we've got our quarks, up, down, strange, charm, top, bottom. So there are our fermions and our bosons, the gluons for the strong force, the electromagnetic force, and the weak force. We've got our electron, our muon, our tau, our photon, our electron, neutrino, muon, neutrino, tau, neutrino, W bosons, W plus, W minus, Z bosons, Z0, a graviton. This particle has been hypothesized but never observed experimentally. There you go. I'm sure we've got Lego bricks that have exist in theory that we can't ever find. And H, I don't know what that is. But anyway, it's the Higgs boson. Higgs boson. So that's all the Lego representations of the fundamental particles which you can build yourself. So you know, one square block is a quark. So then it goes on to a little history of particle physics for you, and this book tells you go from the Big Bang right the way up to the creation of matter. There's the charts again. So there's a little introduction to the book, what atoms are. So then it will show you here how to build an atom. So this is a hydrogen atom here with the right number of quarks and an electron. And then basically you can use that in the book as the book goes through to build up your matter. Now, of course, life being life, and we've got, I don't know, more Lego bricks than we have grains of rice in the house. I could not find very many of the same colour, so I haven't matched the colours. But this is basically, you can, if you've got the right colours, if your Lego is more organised than mine, or I mean, we could do this, and we probably may do. You can actually build elements. So you've got your proton and your neutron. See, this fundamental physics stuff is easy. And then another neutron there. Put that in, and another proton to make a handy square. And then, of course, all we have missing is 2 electrons. Can't put those both on at once and show you, but there we go. So I shall put the electron on there and the electron on there, and there we have 2 electrons. So that is a Lego helium molecule, and I've only found another 2, one more neutron, one more proton. So I can't make lithium. I have got electrons for them, but then you can basically build these up, and it describes how to do it in here. Build these up: hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, which is great. But then there's in here the stuff I didn't know about the massive copycat, so up quarks, down quarks, the charm and top being bigger than up and down. This stuff I didn't know, and it's all explained in here by Dr. Ben Still, who I think is a bit of a genius to even think of this idea. And it's all explained really well, and so that's the start of matter building up in the sun. There's a section on antimatter. Forces, how magnetism works, strong forces, electromagnetic forces. That's all these. So these are like the fundamentals in chapter 1. And then we move to, so that's the fundamental of the forces and the Higgs boson. And then we move to chapter 2, which is the Big Bang, in Lego form. Boom! And going to here, it shows the formation of matter. So the Big Bang, high energy cosmic rays, 10 to the minus 10 seconds at 10 to the 15 Kelvin, and then 10 to the minus 4 and then seconds, and so they're gradually building up, and then you get right up to here, 10 to the 9 years after the Big Bang, and then 13.8, so nowadays 13.8 times 10 to the 9, so 13.8 billion years ago. What elements we've got? This little picture of the sun. That's not made out of Lego, but they've got all the heavier elements there too. And then it goes into, so the first second, what Lego was like in the first second of the universe, and what happened in the first minute of the universe, how all the Lego bricks bashed about and made themselves into protons, made themselves into deuterium, which then decay with anti-electrons and electron neutrinos. And then we go to the first atom, so the making of a hydrogen nucleus plus an electron to make a hydrogen atom, going on, and then the first stars there. So there's how all the stars are made up of Lego. I didn't know that. Did you know the stars are made of Lego? Didn't know that. Explains why there's so many bricks, I guess. Proton chain to make lithium, beryllium, and boron, as I was just describing. And then a new star is born. The triple alpha process to go up to carbon 12. And the alpha ladder going up carbon 12, oxygen 16, neon 20, magnesium 24, silicon 28. This stuff I was sort of aware of. Doesn't impinge very much on my day-to-day. Then carbon burning going up to magnesium 24. Oxygen burning going up to phosphorus 31. Silicon burning taking us all the way up to iron and nickel. So that is that, and then we go on to the heavy elements: iron 56, iron 57, iron 58, cobalt, nickel, all in there, right up to lead and bismuth. But then it starts to get quite complicated. We have atomic symmetries, electronic charge, and then we get into chapter 3, which is electromagnetism and QED. And this is where QED is quantum. Oh, this is a handy way to show you what's in this part of the book. It's quantum electrodynamics. Now this book, I have only got about halfway through there. This book starts to get really quite deep and complex, and explaining what's going on in the universe and what the current model theories are. And you get a bit confused with the terms. Got very handy flaps that pull out when you're reading the book. So on this side of the flap, you've got all the particles, so we just went through at the beginning. Now on the inside, we've got the glossary: alpha radiation, annihilation, antimatter, atom, baryon, beta decay, right the way over to this side, all the way down to weak force, weak isopin, WIMP, weakly interacting massive particle, the particle candidate for dark matter, and the Z boson. So literally the A to Z on the flaps of the book. If I quickly open this up, this has the strong force and the QCD, and I can tell you that the QCD, by looking at the glossary, is quantum chromodynamics, the theory behind strong force charge. This force is carried by gluons, and these sections of the books are the bits that I don't know and don't understand very much about, but it's all explained here in lovely Lego-y detail. So I'm not going to try and pretend I understand the back end of this book. I haven't read this far, and it's just got this book, and I really wanted to share it with you as soon as possible. Anti-quarks and anti-colour: green, yellow, red, magenta, blue, cyan. Each secondary colour is missing just one primary colour, so it stands to reason that they are total opposite of the colour they are missing. Cyan is anti-red, magenta is anti-green, and yellow is anti-blue. I did not know that. So I really want to read this book. I think I'm probably going to have to wait till the Christmas holidays, when maybe I'll get a bit of peace and quiet, probably not. But it's a fab book that goes into as much or as little detail as you want, and you say you can build these things. If you've got the Lego bricks, you could build right up to bismuth, I guess, but at least to carbon and oxygen, and yeah, fun for the kids as well. If you want to teach them some particle physics, maybe not the very small ones. But my older son is 12 now. He's kind of interested in this stuff. I think he would enjoy building some elements out of Lego. There's stuff in here about the Higgs boson, just flicking through, and various things about beta decay. So radiation is mentioned in here. All the strong forces, there's the colours again. Charm quarks, anti-baryons, anti-protons and anti-neutrinos, cosmic radiation. It's all in here. If it's current in particle physics, it's in here in Lego form. How great is that? So this book is for, well, it's for older readers. I would say probably to get the most out of it, you're going to need to be at least A-level standard. I'm not sure what that is in US terms, but you're going to need to be 18, 19, interested in particle physics to really get the most out of this book. If you're beyond that, a little bit longer in the tooth like me, really interesting to flick through. I think you do need some fundamental understanding of fundamental particles to get the most out of it. But it's a very enjoyable book, so do pick that up. That's priced $14.99, and it's published by Cassell, who are a subgroup of Octopus, publishing in the UK. Great book. Dr. Ben Still, he's done a few books along the same vein. Hopefully I can bring one of those, more of those to you on a Word Wednesday. So I hope you found that interesting. I've discovered this book in a bookshop, which is a good place to find books, and I've never heard of it or seen it, and I think it's great. I think it should be more widely read, so go proselytise about your particle physics. Probably not really the right thing for particle physics, but anyway, it is what it is. So they are two fundamental, see what I did there, brick books about bricks. Enjoy those. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel and give us some likes. If you want to know anything about the books, do ask in the comments. I'll try and answer them for you. If you want to know anything about complicated particle physics, don't bother asking, so I won't be able to answer it for you. Until the next time, I think I've got at least maybe 1 or 2 Word Wednesdays to go before Christmas. I'm going to have a break over Christmas, but I think I can get at least 1 more out, hopefully 2. Until next time, thank you for watching. Take care. Happy reading, happy gaming, whatever you're doing. Enjoy yourself. Goodbye.